Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and today I will show you the most amazing loquat tree I have ever found. I've had loquats on how many continents? Well, in Asia, in Africa, in Europe, in America, but never have I had anything like this. This loquat tree is amazing, just like its story. Well, the loquat basically comes from China, although the Europeans first thought it comes from Japan, but nowadays it's grown pretty much everywhere in subtropical regions in the world, in mountains in tropical regions, and also in some warm temperate climates. In southwestern Germany it's not that rare anymore. Actually, if you drive around in Heidelberg for like an hour or two, you might find at least 15 or 20 loquat trees. Actually, over there on the other side of the street, there is a small loquat tree, which I guess you cannot recognize really well because my phone has no real zoom. Well, all those loquats, like this one over there, they seem to come from places in the Mediterranean. Either people buy them from like Italian or French or Spanish or Greek nurseries, or they bring them from holidays like in Italy, Spain, Greece, Turkey, or they buy them in Turkish supermarkets and plant them. This loquat, however, is different. Very different. So when I was a student, I read in an article that there are areas in Brazil, on the Atlantic coast of Brazil, where you have frost, but still you can grow tropical stuff like mangoes, avocados, papayas, bananas, and that people should try to introduce those species in Germany because they seem to be quite hardy. And then I discovered this beautiful big loquat tree. Basically in Germany we don't have loquat trees that size because, around 1996, most of them froze back a lot. Then later around the year 2000s they froze again. Then about 10 years ago we had fruit and a very few outdoor loquats, a little bit of fruit. This winter we did not have a very harsh winter, so pretty much all the loquat trees in Heidelberg are fruiting. But this tree here, folks, this tree is fruiting every year. Even when you have winters at minus 10, 12 degrees, it is fruiting. Well, what's the problem about winters and fruiting in loquats? I mean, they are evergreen. Yeah, that's basically a problem if the winters are harsh. But the biggest problem with loquats and winters are the flowers. They flower in, well, late spring to winter, sometimes around Christmas. And if there is any frost, the flowers freeze back. I guess those here are not frozen, but just not pollinated. Well, anyway, we had enough pollinated fruit here. So where does this loquat come from? Well, many years ago, a guy brought it back from, guess where? Brazil. So this Brazilian loquat from an equatorial region is more frost hardy than the stuff you get here from like Spain and France and Italy and Turkey and so on. This is the first amazing thing, that this this tree of a tropical provenience not only grows here in Germany, not only reaches quite respectable size for a fruit tree, but also manages to fruit every year where the Mediterranean loquat varieties fail. This is one of the crazy things about this loquat. The other one are the fruit itself. A really huge fruit, really thick, but the most amazing thing is the taste. I like only the best loquats, most are too sour for me. In a normal loquat tree, this would be too sour for me. This would be not ripe enough for me. I only like them when they are really ripe and orange. Oh my. This is so good. First, it has a lot of flesh for a loquat. Then, it has some sourness, but it's not as sour as most loquats here. The flesh is soft and very pale. Yeah, not as sour as most loquats. It's still not very sweet. I think it will get sweeter in a week or so. Amazing. Also, it has a stronger loquat flavor than most loquat fruit I know. I cannot praise this loquat tree enough. I already talked about it to the Botanic Garden of Heidelberg, and they are very interested in propagating this special tree. Next week I will bring it to the Federal Fruit Tree Institute of Germany and hope that they will like it too. If they don't, it's their own fault. If anybody here wants seeds from this tree, and if I can send those seeds to them legally, just ask me for seeds. As I said, in my opinion, this is the most amazing loquat I've ever met anywhere. Most amazing winter hardiness and most amazing taste I've ever encountered in a loquat. So folks, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the gardens and orchards of Heidelberg. Oh, by the way, I'm being famous. Look, I'm already being filmed myself. Well, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.